Morning and welcome to Tuesday the 19th of May. Just going to close that. I found a better spot today. So, okay, I'm absolutely not organised today, so there we go. All right, again, 19th of May. So we still have the moon in Gemini right now. Actually, I'm so unorganised, I want to look at the chart while I'm talking to you. All right, so yes, we still have the moon in Gemini. It is at 27 and Venus is at 29. So that's lovely. We've got the moon conjunct Venus at 12, which also means the moon is sextile Mars at 12 o'clock. So honestly today, guys, you are going to seriously feel the difference. Hang on, where's my settings? If you are, allow them to say hello. Good morning, Deborah. Hello, Louise. How are you? All right, so first half of the day, communication, Gemini. All right, but remember that Gemini is, Mercury. Good morning, DG. Mercury is, it is past its conjunction to Uranus. However, that electricity, eccentricity is still in the air. Good morning, Simone. So, I mean, look, as far as the day goes, there are a lot of connections. So you can expect to be busy. Good morning, Christy. So, as I read my book and it says it's time to slow down. All right, so the frantic energy peaks around 12 o'clock. Then a sense of calm may or will follow, depending on where you're at. All right, what is your idea of relief? Like when you get home and you really let go of the day, so is that taking your shoes off, taking your bra off, sitting on the lounge, grabbing a wine? Like what is your... All right, so think of that, because this is sort of how the vibe changes. Yes, we're still going to have Mercury and Uranus in Gemini, so our minds are still going to potentially be frantic. Oh, excellent, DG. I love that. So our minds are still going to be frantic, however. All right, so Venus is going to, 8:25. A couple of minutes ago, Mars is now officially in Taurus. All right, so there we go, that action planet. Good morning, Karen, how are you? That action planet is sitting on the lounge. All right, Mars has come to Taurus, which is Venus's realm, and he's just like, oh my God, that battle was hectic. All right, he's full of bandages and he's allowed to rest. Okay, so think of Mars getting out in the garden, doing, like earthy things. He's not in a rush now. He's recovering, which is beautiful because Venus moves into Cancer at 11:05. So, good morning, Sam. How are you? So at 11:05, when Mars in Taurus right now is still being ruled by Venus in Gemini. So there's still a little bit of going on. So another couple of hours, Venus will go into Cancer and she's like, right, buddy, I'm home. I'm going to cook for you. Let's get you warm and snuggly. And then the moon moves into Cancer at 11:46. All right, so we've got Taurus, we've got Cancer, we've got calm. All right, everybody's just going to be like, fuck yeah. All right. Again, Mercury and Uranus still in Gemini. If your thoughts are overwhelming, I will always say get a piece of paper and a pen and write that shit out, because that's how you get it out of your head onto paper. Therefore, you are manifesting something because there is action being taken. All right, now at the end of the day, at the end of the words, I did write that it was a perfect day to get a slow cooker out. So if you're still home, go, if you've got one and you can quickly shove a whole lot of shit in there, do that, because what's going to be better than having dinner ready when you get home? And we're in winter months now, so if you've got a slow cooker, dust that thing off, mate. It's time for you to, know that you're going to be well nurtured and nourished when you get home. All right, so now the moon today is complicating. Excellent, Louise, excellent. All right, so let me go see if I can work this out in my head. All right, so first of all, we had Mars moving into Taurus at 8:25. Then at 9:30, we've got the moon in Gemini, sextile Chiron in Aries. I like this because, again, potential for healing conversations still while Venus is in Gemini. All right, at least she's going to talk with love. Okay, so if there are still conversations, remember, sextile is an opportunity. So there's an opportunity for a conversation that is potentially healing. All right, that's at 9:30. Now, at midday, we've got that moon. Okay, sorry. I'll go in order. Then we've got Venus moving into Cancer at 11:05. Venus in Cancer is just so nice. It's a warm hug. All right, she's not out socializing. She's like, okay, I've had enough now. My feet hurt. I just want to be at home. I want to be cooking. I want to be hugging my grandchildren. I want to be loving up my partner. I want to be doing all the nurturing, nourishing things. All right, so that's at 11. Now 12. 11:46, moon into Cancer. Again, moon coming home to its own sign. Oh, everybody needs a hug. Beautiful. 12 o'clock, moon conjunct Venus in Cancer. I love that. Again, it's just time for hugs and loves and nice and food and yeah, think of all your Cancer things, protecting your family. Like maybe you just want to be more in touch with your family. Anyway, whatever. And that sextile to Mars, remembering Mars is quite happy now sitting on the lounge, just recovering, just for a little bit. All right. And then because Mars is getting ready for a square to Pluto, which means, basically in my brain, getting ready for a square to Pluto is he's recovering enough to have all his senses back. He's gathering himself, all right? He's just had a hard, he loved it going through Aries, but now he's like, okay, I need to recover because now I've got some other difficult thing ahead of me. So I'm gonna refill my cup and get ready. All right, so that was midday. Then we've got a square to Neptune at 6. Meh. Again, I just think maybe that's time to watch a movie. I don't know, time to regulate yourself. Again, there's going to be a whole lot of hormonal relief. All right, so if you have been highly stressed, get prepared for the drop. All right, and this is a good drop. Okay, and then 7:30, there's a trine to the North Node. Again, that's good. And then there's also between 1 and 8:30, the moon is in conjunct Pluto. Now, I actually really like this because we are adjusting, all right? And like I said about that hormonal drop or the adrenaline drop, Pluto and in conjunct is a medical aspect as well. Pluto is just making things real, and I just feel like, my brain is saying, all the nurturing you need to do because there is a potential for you to feel yuck because of the physical change. I don't know. Lots of water, guys. Lots of water. Because why? Because Cancer. Water. All right. Now at 2 p.m. Missed this. At 2 p.m. Mercury is sextile Neptune. Bit of a dreamy space. Seriously, Karen, I read the first couple of books. I know, sorry, sidetrack here. Outlander. Fucking loved that book so hard. I had guests over and I was so engrossed in that book that I was reading while we had friends there. Michael, do you remember that? I'm sure you do, because you thought I was very rude, but I just could not. My brain was like, no, I am in this world right now. When I went to watch the TV show, I was so distressed because it was so violent. Like she was getting punched and shit, and I was just like, I can't do this. Anyway, loved the books. Didn't watch the whole series. All right, so 3 o'clock, Venus sextile Mars. Again, I just think that if you just focus on comfort and security and nurturing and calm and the adrenaline is gone, I just think it's just going to be one of those regulation days where you're just moving from one phase to another. Again, it's not like it's a massive shift, but I think it's just a shift down gears because we've been so so lots of breathing, water, grounding, centering, do all the good things for yourself, all right? Have a blanket, get a hot chocolate, whatever your thing is, all right? I really want you to focus on feeling good within yourself. So that's it, pretty much. It's time to slow down. It is a very busy page, but I think that's pretty much it. Actually, I've got a little note up the top here for myself. All right, so there is this feeling of being singular, but also a part of. All right, this is a deeply feeling and a personal day where our safety and comfort is a massive focus. So, so yeah, you know, tomorrow we've got the sun at 29 degrees of Taurus. Like yesterday we had Mars and Venus at 29. So you can see how all the planets are shifting. And, you know, that big conjunction that we had, that whole thing is going to be shifting with it as well. So I think by the time we get to Gemini, there's another massive bunch up. So, so yeah, that's me, guys. I will not be doing a live tomorrow, but obviously you'll get the words because I'll be driving early. So I hope you all have a fabulous day. Mwah, that's me, and yeah, tired, absolutely, Elizabeth. What if you didn't watch the beginning of it? That is exactly what I've been saying the whole time. It is a day where you are just going to start to regulate your emotions into a downward, calming vibe. Lots and lots of water, ladies, lots of water. So, mwah, see you later.